with some Henny in my hand, and I ain't jumping all around, cause I prefer to keep it P. And she's loving what you hate.
You don't really wanna fuck with me and all my folks, cause you can get your life.
World famous DJ Chill, aka Chill is still in the house, you know, 503 legendary, you know.
Together there, party on the dance floor, ain't gon' never end. Oh yes, in the mood of get her in, reminiscing on the positions and make it get her in. I'm a cold piece.
I go by Roulette Delgato, Diamond Cut ENT, Big Boy Swag, New West Movement.
How'd I come up with Chillest Illest? You know, I wanted to get out from the background, you know. At the time, DJs are always the foundation and important, but never really, out. Like I wanted to be like, from years of messing around rapping, I kind of became a cool rapper. I kind of wanted to start getting in the front, and I always thought I was like sick and ill. People, oh, you're sick, dude. So, and I wanted to switch something up, be the same. So it was kind of just kind of natural, Chillest and Illest, Better go to work on them one time, man. Let's go find out about it. See what this Sunday has to offer a player.
The name's a funny story, man. I was actually in foster care and kind of rough home, man. I was with about 6 other boys, and one of them had a pistol, and they was all going around like, oh, if you don't play this, then you're not hard, or you ain't this, or you ain't that. And I'm like 12, 13, so I figure like, okay, this is a joke, you know what I'm saying? So we going rounds like Russian roulette, you know what I mean? Like the 1 bullet in the whole 9, and nothing happened. I mean, nobody ever got shot. It was like, kind of crazy.
I got many influences. DJs, all the way from back DST and Jam Master J and Mix Master Ice and Howie-T. A lot of cats people wouldn't even know unless you really research these dudes, Then it got into more of the rappers, and I always liked KRS. I always liked Public Enemy and Ice Cube and NWA and everybody. I always liked Ice-T, Digital Underground and Shock G, you know what I mean? Mac Dre was an influence. E40 is a huge influence. A lot of the West Coast, you know what I mean?
Some of my influences, as far as people, consist of Twista, Biggie, definitely E40, but a lot of R&B. Definitely a lot of R&B. My mom raised me on R&B. My mom, my stepdad, and it was like Betty Wright, R. Kelly, Jodeci, H-Town, some of the major R&B groups. So I grew up on a lot of R&B. Listening to R&B, coming up on R&B helped my music out a lot because a lot of it is influenced by R&B. Like I got a lot of R&B hooks. My label mate Emerald Green sings a lot of the hooks on my songs. She's incorporated in a lot of songs, and I like to have male and female singers on my stuff because I think it's kind of versatile, and I sing a little bit myself too, so it influenced it a lot. Just like the melodies and it's just playing around with different stuff. It's not just one style. So
first solo album's Talking Bad. Produced, written, screwed, chopped, arranged, everything by me. And then this one, got a little nudity in there. You gotta excuse that, kids. Cover your eyes, kids. This is Son of Jimmy, and it's funny because I did this because everybody, when I take my hair out when it's not braided, people are like, oh, you look like Jimi Hendrix. I always look like somebody. Now, back to my newest creation, the 3rd album. This is Inner Ear, man. Just hot off the presses, too. Real fresh, party people, real fresh. Make sure you can get that. You can go to chillestillest.com and get that. You can get all of them. cdbaby.com. Go to chillestillest.com. That's the one you want to go to.
I have 3 projects to date right now. I have 2 mixtapes, Russian Roulette Volume 1. I have Russian Roulette Volume 2, The Threat, and then I have The Antidote, which is my debut album. My latest project, which is Superhuman, my 2nd album, is set to release in February of 2012.
Music means a lot. Music, to me, music is it's a life, it's a lifestyle. It pays everything, you know what I mean? It brings a lot of people around me. It's motivation to me. It's energy, you know what I mean? It's therapy sometimes, it's You know, it's celebration. You know, music is really, you know, a lot.
You can cancel Christmas, I knock them off one by one. I'm checking on my hit list. And you haters don't be mad at me. Bumpy Face Johnson, and I ain't talking that.
What does hip hop mean to me? Hip hop to me means self-expression. It means basically whatever you want to do with it. There's been so many before me, before my time in the hip hop game who've done a lot in the game to shape the game and mold it for cats like me who are kind of new to it and trying to do stuff. And it's self-expression, man. I make different kind of music that I don't think anybody else makes, so it's kind of my own interpretation of hip hop. So to me, hip hop is definitely universal, and it's all about self-expression.
It's the key to being able to support yourself off music. You have to be consistent. You got to be kind of a pest. Besides the music and how good it is, you have to be, a good salesman. You got to be, marketing. You got to be, the key, a big key is to touch people, communicate with people. You got to be humble, contrary to a lot in our music and rap and hip hop. People tend to think that it's cool to be all like you're so fresher than everybody. But contrary to that, all the realest and the biggest people I've ever met that I've always been like, have always been the coolest ones. There's always the one that's nobody who's acting like the little asshole. If you don't got all that, you don't got no keys. You know what I mean?
I think the key to being successful in the music game is having a solid, strong, dependable team behind you. Having some grind behind you, some hustle, and marketability, man. Just being able to market yourself as an artist. And like I said, man, it all goes back to having a good team. If you got a good team that can market you or that can, financially back you and also at the same time be there for support, you will definitely be successful in the game.
Common mistake is people think it's easier than it is, In local rap is people think that, and they might be fresh, they might sound tight, but they think, oh man, if I get this out, I'm gonna blow. Rappers, they don't realize that it's a big, big business and the music's only probably about 40% of it, you know what I mean? People don't realize that it takes money to make money, you know what I mean? People don't realize that that people don't have to mess with you, you know what I mean? People don't have to like you or buy you, or people don't need you for nothing. So I think, the way people go into stuff sometimes ain't right, you know what I mean?
The mistakes that I've made along the way that I've learned from and helped me progress is one of them is signing to a label without really knowing what I was doing. Another mistake is having the wrong people around you. You definitely gotta have the right people around you at all times. Sometimes people get a little too ahead of themselves and think that, that they're bigger than the team. It's like a basketball team. Some people gotta ride the bench. Some people gotta stay in they jumpsuit the whole game. I mean, it is what it is, but when it's your time to play, you take that jumpsuit off and it's on. You gotta be ready to shoot.
They hate me when I hit them with that big boy swag. Big boy swag. Big boy swag. Big boy swag.
Anybody should know before they decide to take on this game or, become a rapper, singer, dancer, entertainer, all around period, is persistence. Not only persistence, but smarts. Education is key. I ended up dropping out of school, but I ended up going back and I graduated on time. Got my diploma and all that. And I feel like that's a key factor in the game because you got to know what you're doing, and definitely keep your eyes and ears open at all times. Know what you're doing. Know who's around you. Know who's there for your best interests and who's there, for the season. So know who's there for a reason. Know who's there for a season. Really understand what you're getting into before you do it.
You want to get in here, you just got to do it. You got to do it, really. The first thing is to do it. Do it, keep doing it, don't stop. When it's discouraging and you feel like it's fucked up, then do it more, man. If you're gonna do it, unless it's just a hobby, but if you're really seriously trying to do it, you gotta do it, and do it. And then, you know, and really everything else is just a lie, you know what I mean? You know, in this game, in life, in anything, you know, if you BS, people are gonna know, you know, in anything you do. So, you know, about this music, ain't nobody just handing out no $1 million deals. Ain't nobody just gonna make you their, you know, they're not gonna be your #1 fan unless you out there really giving them a reason, you know. So just do it, man. Don't stop, man. Don't worry about the cars and riding around in your bitches and all being fresh. You know, get your music right. Get all your business right. Get your music right. Do all your business, man, and don't stop and do it again. And then don't stop and then do it again. Chillest illest.